Hey H, are you here? Please let me know if the music is too loud or too low volume. Okay, seems that nobody else is coming. I hope you're here. So in this meeting we'll try to make more obstacles. And I have an idea for one. Inspired by the original game. Pause the music 1 second. See this triangle here, we'll try to make this one. And the cool thing is that we can take the obstacles and combine them to create harder obstacles. So let's start to make this one first. This is not that complicated, but I don't know if this is a easy obstacle or a medium one. We'll call this medium. Please let me know if the music is too loud. Okay. So let's first create the colliders. Call this medium obstacle child. Let's python the obstacle script and let's set the collider to be, but before that let's place the split on the split here. Circle on. And save it. Now we need four versions for each color, and to get the colors, check the bold object. So this one is, let's check one obstacle to make sure we place the correct colors. Yes, they are in order. And we want to create that triangle shape. It is loud still. Okay. Is this better now? Is it Is the volume good? Or too low? Let me know. Okay. So to keep things organized, we'll keep the collider is inside the main object. So now let's create that triangular shape, and we need to create something new. We need these obstacles to collide with something to change the direction. We'll call this direction changer, and let's create a tab for this. We need a very small collider. Can you hear me now? Is the volume better? Might use a different method. Okay, let's first draw that triangle. But let's name these so we can differentiate between them. Something like this. We want equal distance between these. Okay. Let's look at the game, the original game, and make sure it's the correct structure. Okay, so we need 5 of each type. And let's make a script for but before that let's draw a triangle. Make sure this is on the same y value, 0, and we take the position of the first one and subtract the distance between them, which is 0.5, but for some reason what is the optical illusion? Oh, there at the correct position. Should I stop the music? Just without the music? Okay, now the next one. We want a perfect 45-degree angle, or not. Maybe not. Sorry, it's 60 yes, 60 degrees. Okay. Now the question is, how do we place this at a 60-degree angle? That's the question. But we can do it another way. We can just delete these first. Take these and duplicate them. Change the color. Because I don't know math, we have to do it this way. So we take these, create an empty object, place them inside, and now we take this and rotate it 60 degrees. See, and now we have these at a 60-degree angle. Now we can take these and put them here. Have a perfect 60 degrees angle. But also we need yes, we need to make those smaller. So here we need an extra ball here, extra collider. Something like this, and on each side each side we need to have 1, 2, 3, 7 colliders, but now we need to for some reason I cannot make it exactly as this one. Yes, it's not correct. Okay, let's try something different. We'll do let's delete all of these. We'll do square shape instead. So let's place this in the middle. 0.5 difference in position. Okay, so I will keep it like this without the music. Can you hear me better? So now we're trying to create the shape. Something like this. One problem that we have here is that we don't have equal amount of, or never mind. It's not a problem. We have an equal amount of colliders for each type. Okay. Now we created the shape. We just need to create movement, but first let's take all of these and place them in this empty object, so you have this organized. Now if they moved, then we need the rigid body on them. Rigid body 2D, kinematic, meaning they move only by script, collision continuous, and now we can make a script for this. And we want to change the direction when they reach each corner. So we'll create an object called direction changer with a box collider 2D. Place them. We'll try to make this precise. Okay. now we duplicate this and place it in each corner. And we have a problem. The problem is that this obstacle is not placed in the center. Unfortunately, it's not exactly in the center, and I believe if we move it a little bit like this is now correct. No, we need like this. Now I believe it is centered. And now if we duplicate this and change the position on X, should be, but it's not for some reason. It is not centered. Okay. Okay, now these are correctly placed. Okay, and now we want two scripts, one for this direction changer that will change the direction to a certain direction, and on these colliders we want to give them an initial speed. But we forgot to add the circle collider with circle collider on all of those with trigger enabled. Okay, so let's select all of these and create a script. And for each one we'll have to set a certain direction. We just need the direction, which is vector 2, not 3, because we use rigid body 2D, and the rigid body component. That's all we need for this script. I know this takes a lot of time, but you said that you want a complete game, so I'm trying to make a complete game. So here we just need a direction, which we make public because we want to set it in the inspector, a vector 2 direction, RB meaning rigid body, and we want the rigid body component 2D, and in the start function we get it 2D. Okay, and also we set the velocity, so we need another variable which we make public because we want to set it in the inspector, move speed, float. And after we have the rigid body, we set the velocity to the direction multiplied by the speed. That's it for this one. Now we need for the direction changer script. I try to find the music that is not copyrighted, because I might get a copyright strike on YouTube if I'm not careful. And in this direction changer, but first here in the obstacle script, we want on collision to change direction. So we need on trigger enter to D, and if the tag is direction changer, so if collision compare tag and direction changer, so it's with direction changer, then which change the velocity to the move speed multiplied by, and here we get the direction changer script which has the direction, but we need to create it first. Vector 2 direction, and this needs to be public because we access it from another script. Okay, so direction, and that's it. Now we need to set an initial direction for each obstacle. So these move, let's say we move clockwise, so on X these move to the left. Now these move on the y-axis, so one on the y. These go to the right, so one on the x, and I need to put -1 in this. That was a mistake. And these -1 on the y. And now we can select all of them and decide a move speed. This we need to experiment with, and on each changer we need the direction. So if this one is 1 on the y, this one is but I forgot to add the script to all of these. So this one is 1 on the x, this one is -1 on the y, then this one is 1 on the x. So let's verify this one is correct. This one is not, this is -1. Let's see if this works. Should work, but no, it doesn't, because we need to place the tag on the direction changer. Okay. Let's see if this works. Nope, because we get a null reference. Let's see where that is. Okay, we try to get the script, but we get an error. Okay, direction changer seems to be correct. Okay, let's try a different way. So let's save that vector to direction direction to the property of the script here, and then we multiply after we save it in a variable. Maybe that is a problem. Maybe that was a problem. And you see here that we have this vector2 direction, and also we have the direction property of the direction changer script. We can have both names here at the same time. It's not a problem. But let's see, this is trigger, okay, and the rigid body, this is trigger as well. Let's see if now this is fixed. No, it's not. Okay. Okay. Maybe the problem is that we collide before the start function happens, and if that is the situation, then we need to move those colliders a little bit away from the obstacles, just a little bit, like this. Maybe that is the problem. And it's not that, it's another problem. So let's select those changers, and okay, what is the problem? So line 21, which is this one, vector direction get component. I see, it's here if you say get component, this means we get the component from this object. We need it from the collider, so collision dot get component, and we don't need this line anymore. We can just place this here directly, and it should work. So see, this works quite well, but the speed is a bit too much. So let's change that. We might use a bigger speed for the and also so let's save this in the prefabs first, and we can combine these obstacles to create harder ones. On this one which is not visible because we spawn the obstacles at the start of its existence by script. So this one, let's make another version of this. So let's unpack this, unpack, and we'll call this medium obstacle 3, and in the middle of this let's place an easy obstacle. Place this one in the middle, so 0 on all axes. See if this works. See, now we have a harder version of this, but we want this to rotate faster, the thing in the middle. And also one thing that we need to do is we created these these stars that give score, and also the color changer for the ball. We want to add those to the obstacles as well. Let's test one more time this version. Okay, and in the original game, for this one, the star is in the middle. So we place this here. Okay. Now, after these two, after each obstacle, we want to change the color. Let's play this one more time to see where we want to place that color changer. Okay, so somewhere around here. We want it to be in the middle, so 0 on the x-axis, and we want this to be child of this. Okay, and we'll have to measure how big this is. For each obstacle at some point. Okay, so let's save this here, and now we want to do the same for the easier version. We want to add that star in the middle, like this, and let's copy the position of the color changer from the other one. The position relative to the parent. So in this one, let's change this to this. So now we have two versions of this. Inside of this one, we want to place also star. Okay, in the middles. Unfortunately, I cannot select the middle because it's not centered well. And we want below it to have the color changer. Like this. Okay, so these were the medium. Let's do the same for the easy ones. So we want for this one we want the star after it. So here after the obstacle, and we want the color changer below. Like this. This one fortunately it's centered. Okay, let's do the same for the other ones. So we want the star after it, and we want the color changer below, something like this. Okay, next one, want the star inside and the color changer below, and one more or two more. We want the star inside. Okay. And this one I don't know what it is. We need to add it to the scene and play to see. Ah, okay, it's the one with the lines. This one. Okay, so we'll place the star after it. But I have a problem because I don't see it, but we'll experiment and see. Something like this. Okay, let's look at the video, the trailer of the game. Maybe we get some inspiration. Yes, that one we can make as well. Okay, this one is nice, but I don't know how to make it. Yes, it is possible to make this. Let's see if we have another one that's easier to make. This one is nice also. Yes, this one with the 3 circles that rotate in different directions. Okay. Then this is this one. Place one in the scene and play it. Okay. Okay. If we want to do this, we want first to delete the star and the color changer. We call this first. We unpack this so it's no longer a prefab, and we change the name to medium 3. Medium object. Sorry, not 3, 4. Medium. Oh, sorry, medium obstacle 4. Okay. But not like this. So we call this child of obstacle 4, and we create an empty object 4. Let's reset that transform, and now we place this in the middle. Sorry, as child of the empty object, and now it's we just copy paste this with different rotation. Okay, and we'll have to maybe modify a little bit the colors so that is playable. Okay, now let's make sure that these are at an equal distance. And now we test if it's playable. Okay, it's not playable. And also we have a problem because we need let's see the script 1 second, because I forgot how this works. Yes, it seems that this is the one with the random rotation. So we'll have to find the one with fixed rotation if we have one. Yes, we have one. So we'll take we'll remove this script and place easy obstacle 4, and for this one we can change the rotation. So let's say this is 1, this -1, so it's counterclockwise. Let's see if it's playable first. It is not, and I believe it's because this one here should be rotated so counterclockwise, which means minus 45 or 90. Okay, so if we say minus, it's clockwise, then we need counterclockwise, like this. Now it should work, should be playable, because the thing is, okay, so not only we need to do this, we also need to change, to replace some colors. So here this one should be purple, and the other one, the parallel one, should be the pink or red one. So this one is 0. But see here we have a little bug with this. Okay, so we'll have to remake this. So purple is 3, type 3, and that one is 0, type 0. Okay, this is 0, and see we have a problem because this should be 3, not 0. And we need to do the same for this here. So this is type 3, and this one 0. Now it should be playable, but let's check if everything is correct here. And if we had the problem here, it means we also have it on the one that we copied, this one. See, type needs to be type 3, and maybe this one has this problem. Yes, this one has the same problem. Okay, now it's fixed. Let's see if it's playable first. Okay, yes, now it is playable, but for some reason, okay, so it is playable. We can save it in the medium obstacles, and also let's look at that. See this, the obstacle destroyer. Yes, the explores. Okay, maybe place it slightly lower. And now we also want to add here some stars and color changers. Let's add the star, maybe one here and one here. And before the obstacle, we want to add the color changer. We'll have at some point we'll have to measure this to see what length this is. Okay, let's look at the and let me know. Let me know if the music is now fixed. Is the music good now, or still too loud? Okay. And see, I said that we want to make this for both PC and Android. So let's do that now. Here in our controls. Okay, which controls are here in the game manager. Um, we'll create controls for both PC and Android. So let's copy this if, which checks what on which platform this game is played. Okay, and we said that we want this for Windows and Android. So let's see. Editor Windows. So we want this control on both the editor and the build for Windows. So here uh, we check if it is Windows or the editor. So here let's specify Windows or editor, and the controls, let's place them inside the if. Okay, and we want another one for Android. So here we check if it is Android, not iPhone. Unity, Android. Can I make it a bit lower? Okay. How is it now? Is it better? Okay. For the Android, the Android we want. So we check input. So if um, input um, touch, but see, I don't like this because it doesn't color my code. So let's write it here and copy it after. Touch, so touch count. So if the touch count is bigger than 0, meaning there is a touch, we want to get that touch, but we want to see the phase of the touch. So input get touch 0, so the first touch, because you can have multiple touches at the same time, and here that phase equal, and I have to see if touch phase, let's see, moved, cancelled. Okay, so if it began, then we want the same logic here. And play something without lyrics. Okay. So this is for Android. That is very simple because we have just one button for the controls. And so what this means is if there is a touch, we take the first one, and if it is in the beginning phase, then we apply that force. Kind of is the equivalent to this for PC. That's believe the only place the only place where we need to check platform. And let's see if we can make some hard obstacles. Okay, so we also can so let me know, do you think we have enough obstacles, or would you like to see more obstacles? Because at the moment we have 1 2 3 4, we have 9 obstacles. So let me know if you want more. Otherwise we can start creating the level randomly, almost random, depending on the score we place easy or medium obstacles. And okay, then we can start coding, but before that let's create a canvas for the UI, and we'll here in the canvas scaler we need to scale with screen size so it adapts for but here we place so full HD, but with reversed values, because it's for the Android. So this is the portrait aspect, and here we just need to create a text for the score and the pause button maybe, but that is seems complicated because we need to stop every single element in the game, and that is not simple to do. Let's call this score text score, and let's pick a better font. This one I like. Let's make it bigger, place it in the corner, and obviously it starts with 0. Maybe make it even a little bigger, something like this. Okay, let's place the anchors for this, so it is always placed at the same position on all resolutions. Okay, and in our script we have a variable for the score where we save the score. Now let's check the bold script 1 second and make sure that Okay, so we need to do two things. We need to update the score text. So here we need to have that saved in a variable. So tmp text score of text, and here in the whole script, when we collide with a star which gives points, after we increase the score we need to update the text. So game manager score text is equal to game manager score to string. Okay. Let's create a main menu for this. Main menu. So another scene. Here in the scenes, create scene main menu, and we want to copy the color from the camera, so it is the same background. Okay, since it's the main menu, we need the canvas because we will have buttons here. Again, we scale with screen size, and now let's add an effect here, and the canvas should not be inside the main camera. That's an error. So here in effects, let's create a particle system. It is not visible for some reason because the position was incorrect, and if you want to add a sprite to this, or multiple sprites, you need to go to texture sheet animation, and here where it says mode, you need to select sprites, and we want the circle sprite, and we want certain colors for this. Okay, here somewhere we have, so the start color here, so random color, okay, let's make this smaller, these sprites smaller, so somewhere here where is it, sprite size, we start. Okay, and the emission, here you can see how many are spawned per second, but we want to change the shape to not box, like not box, box doesn't work. Edge, yes, edge. Okay, and we want to change the shape of this a little bit, so here we have the shape, and where it says start size, so the size of these, we can create a random value between two constants, so they have varying sizes like this. And now let's take those colors from the ball, or from obstacle prefab. Let's create some effects here. Okay, and now we want to create another one that comes from the from the other side, so we rotate 180 degrees. Let's make sure that okay, and this one we change the color to it. Trying to create some visual effects. Well, let's copy this, and instead of the circle, let's place that so here in the sprites we place the square one, and for this let's change the color as well. See how this looks. I'm not an expert in particles, but this is good to know how to use sprites to make instead of 3D. And now let's see how this looks. Maybe we need to decrease the emission a little bit, play the scene and see. We can even add rotation to this. But one thing I have a problem with the speed. So here where it says start speed, we can change it between two constants. Let's try 2 and 3 like this, and also where it says start rotation, we can say from 0 to 360 degrees, so basically with a random rotation, which is not visible for the circle but it is for the square. See, now they move at varying speeds, but the speed is still too high, and maybe the size too. So let's lower that a little bit. Okay, and I don't see the rotation. Okay, let's try again. The speed of the move speed, of course, it's a problem. See, now this looks much better. And we want that lifetime, so how much a sprite exists, to increase that a little bit like this. Okay, now we have some nice effects. Let's create two things. We want a play button and a high score, just that. So button, need to make it bigger. Okay, so we'll call this play button, and now we need a banner, so image, and here we call this size score holder. But maybe for the high score we just place two texts. Okay, so let's place here in alignment we center it, and want to resize it a little bit, make it bigger. Call this high high score. Let's change the font, and maybe and so we'll call this high score text, and below it want the high score. And we want this to have an animation, but before that let's change the font of that play button. Okay, and the background, let's make it slightly transparent, not white completely, and the text should be play. And we want an animation on the high score, but first let's place the anchors on each UI element, like this. So that will maintain the position, and the size will adapt it to all the resolutions. And I like to place it in each corner, so it stretches with the screen size. And on this one we want an animator. Okay, and here we create an animator controller, call this play or text effect. I'll place the animator in the animator controller in the animator, and now we can create animations. Text effect, want the scale, go here in the middle of the animation, record, and now we modify the size to something slightly lower. Now we have a zoom in and zoom out effect. See here, looks pretty good to me. But maybe instead of making it smaller, let's make it bigger slightly, something like this. Yes, pretty well. And we need script. So let's create an empty object. We call it main menu manager. Place it on top of the hierarchy, and add a script to it. And we need just two things. First thing, we need to update the text of the high score. So public, we need two things, or just one. First, here we need to use TM Pro, because this is the library for the text Unity. This one is much better than the one from Unity. Public TMP text, high score text, and at the start we want to set it to the high score, which we'll save in player preferences. Player preferences, get int high score, and then we say 0, which is the default value. So if this does not exist, then the default value will be 0, and we have an error because we need to convert this to string. Okay, and we need a transition from the main menu to the game. We can add an effect, visual effect, but first let's add the scene to the build. Add open scenes. We place the main menu first, so it's the first scene that is played. And now we can create transition. In the canvas, let's create a panel. We'll make it black completely, and we'll call this loading screen. Make it completely black, but we want this to be disabled. But let's create a nice animation for the loading screen. Okay. But first, see here where it says source image. This default sprite does not cover the edges. So when you want to cover the whole screen, you need a perfect square. So we'll use the square sprite. Inside of it, you see here where it says rect transform. This means it will stretch with the screen size. And we want a nice animation. Okay. Square animation. But we want this to be an empty object. So let's remove the image from this, and inside of this we want to create four images, 50, okay, and minus 50, no, minus 25. Now we duplicate it, and now we copy the colors from the. I'm just trying to make an animation for the loading screen. Here in obstacles, let's copy some colors. Okay. Now we can duplicate these two. And on the Y, minus 25. Okay, and we want this to rotate, and can do it by script, but we'll do it by animation. Okay, and this we need to place the anchors for this. But first, let's resize it maybe like this. Guess we can rotate it by script. Never tried to rotate UI, but we can try. Where is it? Rotation here. Yes, we can do it by script, and I think we will do it by script. And below this we want a text, and I'm getting ads on YouTube, so I'll stop the music because get ads. And we want not an image, sorry, a text saying loading. Want it in white, but with a different font. Let's resize it a little bit. Is it centered? And this should say loading. Okay, let's place the anchors for this as well. And we need on this one to have rotation. So rotate script, just simple script to rotate this. And this time you see that the UI doesn't have a normal transform, so we need to get the rect transform. And in the start function we get the component in this variable, and now we can rotate it, but we need a public float rotation speed, and we need to update rect transform that rotation. Okay, the z value, I believe. The z values, so z, can we do it like this, plus equal rotation speed. It does not work like this. This is a quaternion. Okay, so quaternion u. So we cannot modify one axis, we need to change it completely. So it's equal to this, and now here we say 0 on x and 0 on y, but on the z axis we get z transform z okay, sorry, rotation z and then we add the rotation speed multiplied by time delta time, and now we should have a rotation animation for this. Okay, let's see if this works. It doesn't because I forgot to change the rotation speed. We have a null reference. Yes, that happens because we forgot in the main menu manager to add the text. The high score text. And it seems that the code is not working, so instead we'll do something different. We go here in the square animation, we'll remove the script and we'll add an animator, so we'll use animations instead. And now let's create an animator controller. We'll call this loading screen animation. Let's drag this in the animator. Now we need to create the animation. And we want a direct transform property and the rotation. And now we need to play with this. I don't know how we'll make this. So at the end we want it okay, so in the middle let's place this let's see how this looks first. I see. Okay. Okay. Here we want to reset it to the default. Let's say 180 degrees. And here at the end we want 360 degrees. Now let's see if this works. This looks pretty nice. But let's lower the speed a little bit. Yes, this looks quite well. Okay. Let's make sure we placed the anchors here. We placed them. And now this loading screen, to fade this, we need to, on the main object, we want the canvas group. So we can change the transparency of all the objects at the same time. See? Okay. Now this should be disabled by default. And here in our main menu manager, we want to use the Unity engine scene management, and also using Unity engine UI. So public void on play button, and we want to this should be a coroutine because we want to fade that canvas group. So here let's create a coroutine. Play coroutine. And let's copy the script from the previous projects because I don't know it. We need this for here. So first we fade the loading screen over a certain amount of time. So we need the float time, and let's say it's 2 seconds. And we want to have that canvas group and also the whole object, but we don't need two variables, so we just need the canvas, and then we can say that canvas dot game object and select the whole object. So here public canvas group loading screen canvas group, and here we want to modify the alpha of that canvas group, and matflur beginning value is 0, so 0 transparency, and at the end is full transparency, so 1. And after that we wait a certain amount of time, let's say 3 seconds. So wait seconds, return yield, return new, wait 4 seconds, 3 seconds, let's say. And after that we load the game. So scene manager, load scene, and the name of the scene is game, I believe. Let's check if it is. Here in the scene folder. Okay. So we load and we want the fade we want that animation when we enter the game. So when we press the button we start this coroutine, but let's make sure that the game, we don't press the button twice. So let's create a bool called restarting, and this is false, so starting is false by default. And here on the button, if restarting, so if restarting is false, start coroutine, play coroutine, and then here in the coroutine we set that to true. So we make sure that we don't press the button twice. Okay, and that's it. We can go to the game. First let's place the here we forgot that the object is disabled, so let's enable it first. Enabled, not enabled, set. So game object set active true, so we enable it first, and now we can place the function on the button. Here in the button script, we go to on click and add the object with the script, which is main menu manager, and then we select the function, which is on play button. Let's see if this works first. Okay, seems that we forgot to add the here in the main menu manager the loading screen canvas group. Now it's added, and let's see. Yes, it works. See, it works, but now we need to create the same animation. So let's save the loading screen here. In prefabs we create a new folder called UI, and let's save the object. Now we can go to the main sorry, the game scene in canvas, and we just drag and drop this prefab. Okay, and it's enabled by default, and it's above that score text. And now we want in the here in game manager, we want the canvas group, so public canvas group, but okay, canvas group, loading screen canvas group, and we also want a bool is playing, and here we want to make it public so we can see it. By default it is not playing, is so is playing is false, it's not playing. In here in the update function, so first of all we have the ball here, and we want by default the ball to not have gravity. Here in here gravity scale we set it to 0, so by default it does not have gravity. And also we cannot control it until we fade the loading screen. So here in the controls, if is playing is, or we can just say is playing like this. So if it's playing, then we have controls. And now we need a coroutine fade the loading screen, and we'll copy the same logic from here. So let's say float time is 2 seconds, same. So it takes 2 seconds to fade, and we want to fade it from one, so full transparency, to 0, and at the end we want to disable it because it blocks raycast. So the whole object, game object, set active false, and after this is done we say is playing is true. But before that let's get the rigid body 2D of the ball, gravity scale, so enable gravity first, and then we enable controls. And at the start we want this coroutine. Here start coroutine, and now we should have controls after 2 seconds. Let's go back to the main menu and test this. And one problem that I have with this is that here in the main menu manager at the end, the transparency is not completely is not 1 because of the way this 4 is made. See here the T is so T represents where exactly between 0 and 1 we are with the value, and see, this is strictly smaller than 1, so at the end it's not completely transparent, so let's set it to 1 at the end. And here in the game manager it's not necessary because we disable it. Let's try again. So now you know how to create a loading screen. And it does not look very nice like this with the fade, so let's remove this for now. We'll comment this here, this line as well, and this one as well. Okay, we'll remove the animation, I don't like it, so let's remove some of the code. Okay, and now we can start to create the level, but unfortunately we need to know the size of each obstacle. Okay, so we'll have some arrays here, public game object easy obstacles array, one for the medium, so medium obstacles, and we want to know the size of each one. Here, so public float array easy obstacles length array, and here public float medium obstacles length array. And unfortunately we have to measure each obstacle, and to do that let's go to the let's start with the easy ones, and now we need to measure from here from the color changer to the star. And to do that we create not an empty object, a square, so sprites square like this, and in here let's go to the sprites, and we want to use the one with the pivot on the bottom, because now we can see we can increase the Y and it does not change the position, so we can measure this. And also since here in the sprite, when we imported it, we in pixel per unit we have the exact size, then this scale will be accurate. So from here to here should be this scale here on the Y. And now we need to save these values one by one in the array. So first let's go to our scene game. Let's disable the canvas while we modify the script. So here we have 5 easy obstacles for medium, and the same for the lengths. Place the same amount. Now we have to place them one by one. Obstacles here, easy obstacles. Okay, this one is 4, this one is 1, and where is the 3? Okay, I wrote that incorrectly, but okay, let's modify it. So here the name is incorrect, like this. So now we know that this is this length 5.12. So for this obstacle, we go here in the easy obstacle array. So for 4 here we place that. Now we can delete this, but let's save this as a prefab because I want to move faster, so I can just place it like this. Okay, so this is, we have to do this for each one. Unfortunately, we cannot do this automatically. So for the second one, this, then we delete it from here, square. Okay, so the next one. So this is obstacle 5, and now we just need one. Just copy this here, place it at the bottom, and then increase it, and we'll have to test if this is correct. Okay, now let's do the same for the medium. Let's first make sure that, okay, first we need to place them in the game object array. Okay, and now let's measure them. Okay, first one. How do we measure this? Okay, guess from the lowest collider, slightly lower. Let's see. So something like this. And please let me know if you have questions while I do this. Takes a while to do this. Okay, and for this one we know that wait, why do I have two? Okay, this one should not be here, or wait a second, yes, that one should not be here. Okay, and let's see, this should be the exact same as the first one. You don't need to measure this, so it's the same one but a little bit harder. Now let's measure the last one, and then we can start creating the logic of the game. Okay, now we know each length. We have the objects in arrays. Okay. Now let's start to make the logic. Okay. We need a starting position, but first let me see. See, I have a problem with this because see, the pivot is in the middle, and I have a problem with that. Let's see if it's exactly in the middle for each one, otherwise it's not good. Yes, it's in the middle for each one. So we need to use half of the size, I believe. Okay. And let's look at the collider on the camera. And I believe each obstacle has that say this color change collider, and let's do it like this. When we collide with that, we spawn another obstacles, but maybe that is not the greatest way to do this. Okay. Let's see how to do this. 1 second, sorry. I see, okay. We can do it like this when we collide with the... So all the time we'll have this first obstacle will be this all the time. And now that we have this so the starting point is it's the end of this object. So that means from from here, then we add the length of this obstacle. So let's look at the transform here. It's only the y value matters. Okay, so the starting point is public vector 3 starting point. So starting, not even vector 3 but float, starting point is equal to this, and then we add that length of the obstacle, which is obstacle 3. So here we add that length, so 2, because we start from 0 the race. So that's the starting point. And now here in the let's open the script for the color change collider. So in here, or in the ball script, here in the ball script, when you collide with the color change collider, we also want to spawn the next obstacle, and we want some space between them. So let's see what should be the distance. About 2. So here in the game manager, we want to spawn obstacles. Public void spawn obstacle, and we want to do it depending on the score. So if the score is lower than, let's say, 10, then we get a random value. So int random int is equal to random range 0, and let's see maximum exclusive, so from 0 to 4 basically. And then we want to spawn that obstacle. So the starting point that we add 2 to that, so plus equal to, so we add some space between the obstacles, then we spawn it at that position. So instant get is array that random int here, then vector 3 0 on the y, starting point on the 0 on the x, starting point on the y, and 0 on the z, and then the rotation is 0, and here we need to say new vector 3. And after that, the starting point plus equal to the length, easy obstacles length array, and here we place that random int. Okay, so if it's under the score 10, That means we spawn only easy obstacles. Then if the score is so here we want to say else if the score is bigger than bigger or equal to 10 and score is smaller than, let's say, 20, then we do the same, but this time we spawn, you have a 50% chance to spawn easy obstacle and a 50% chance to spawn a medium one. So to that, int difficulty int random range 0 2, and now if the difficulty int is 0, that means we spawn an easy one. So here if easy, let's comment this. Then we do the same thing we did here, and else we spawn a medium one. So the same here, but here we go from 0 to 4 because we only have 4 medium obstacles. We add some space, the same, but here not easy obstacles, medium obstacles, right? So we spawn a medium obstacle of medium difficulty. Okay, and if the score is bigger, else if, so yes, else if the score is bigger than or equal to 20, then we spawn so here let's comment this 50 percent chance of easy, 50% chance of medium, and here you have a 100% chance medium. So we copy the part where we spawn a medium one, and see, this should happen only when we collide with that color change collider. So here in where is it, the ball script, where is it, change, okay, so here after all of this we want to spawn obstacle, and now the moment of truth is time to see if this works. We have a problem here. Yes, we have this bracket here that yes, here we need to say int. Now it's time to test it. Okay, but let's start this from the main menu. Okay, and it seems that we have an error here. Yes, we have a problem here. First of all, why is this yes, that makes sense. Actually, that makes sense. This needs to be inside this, but let's completely remove this. Don't need to know that we are on Windows. And let's go to the game and remove that loading screen. We will delete it completely. We don't need it because it doesn't look very good. Okay, so let's start the game from the main menu one more time. Okay. And okay, see, this rotates with that. That's one problem, and that is one problem, but that is not the only problem. Okay, so first things first, we need to change the gravity of that bulb, because we wanted to have the transition from the loading screen, and we set this to 0, but it needs to be enabled now. And also here in the prefab, um, that's a problem. Yes, that is a big problem. So let's see how to fix this. Yes, we need to get that prefab, and both of these, let's add a rigid body to them. Rigid body 2D, and in here let's make these components that are only on some of the cannot be multiple. Okay. So let's freeze everything for this, and let's try again. Maybe that fixes it. Nope, it does not fix anything. So this is a mistake, but it can be fixed. Okay. So the problem is that these are childs of the of of these are children of the obstacle object. And to fix this, we just need at the start of the object to deparent the color change collider and the star. So we'll create here a script called let's first go to the scripts folder. We'll call this deparent object, and in here in the start function just transform parent equal null. That's it. Now these will no longer be children of that obstacle. So let's add to both of them the parent, but for some reason I cannot see it here. Oh, okay, I said okay. So the parent, no, is still not visible for some reason. That is very odd. I don't know why this happens. Okay, I'll delete this script, and now we go to these two objects and we'll create it from here. Maybe this works better. The parent script, create and add. And in this script just transform parent equal null, and now it will be in the world space. We will have no parent now. Let's see, the canvas is enabled. Let's try. Let's see if this works now. It should. Yes, it is working. You see. So this looks quite good, but this obstacle here moves too slow. So let's go to easy obstacles. These two. So let's increase. Let's double this. See if this works. Make this full screen. Okay, much better. But I have a problem with this because it's a bit too small. And also here we see we have a problem here, but so let's modify this a little bit. Okay. Want this to be bigger. Yes, want this to be bigger. And also that this one here should move faster. But let's remove. Let's save this position. We want this to be bigger. And I don't know why this looks bad in the game. Okay. Now it's too big. So let's try 1.5. Now let's do the same for the other one. This should be smaller a little bit. And now we need to add again the star here in the middle, and this one here. Do the same for the other one. And now this should be easier to play. Okay. It looks pretty good. Okay, a very big space here between those. Don't know why that happened. Okay. So now we should have 50-50% chance here. And that's not the only problem. Let's see. First, let's see if this spawns correctly. See, now we have this one. We're a bit unlucky. So obviously we have some bugs with the position. and we can fix this. It's not that complicated to fix. We can use another method. Okay. Okay. So we have a problem with the position, and to fix this, we'll create instead of doing this by calculating, we will not calculate it anymore. We'll call this spawn point, and it's no longer a float, it's a vector tree. Move this from here, no longer calculate it. Okay. And let's delete every line with that. And now we'll do it another way. So here instead of this we'll say starting spawn point instead of this calculation. We'll know the exact position by creating an empty object in each obstacle, and that will be the point of spawn. But let's see if this is possible first. Okay, then no problem, we can continue next time. Okay, thank you for coming. Okay, see you next time.